What is happening, and welcome to Photography Talk episode 126. Now, Canon is in the news this week with the possible end of the EOS M6 Mark II. Now, in other Canon news, there might be a couple RFS lenses coming later on this year. Now, Canon also filed patents for 3 new telephoto lenses with fast apertures. Now the question is, when might we see them? We'll wrap up today's video by talking about new Delkin series memory cards that offer incredible capabilities for high-end cameras like the EOS R7 and the Nikon Z9. Now all of this is coming here in just a minute, but first guys, look, every single week, as you know, we put together these videos with small little bite-sized little news nuggets to keep you guys informed, keep you on top of what is happening in the photography industry. Now of course, if you want to reward us back and do us a big solid in hitting that like button down below, it really does help with the whole YouTube algorithm. That said, my friends, let's get on to this week's headlines. Now you may recall last week we reported about rumors about the EOS R7, which would be a APS-C camera that will debut sometime later on this year. Now this week there's news about the EOS M6 Mark II and it being discontinued. Now, these two announcements, when you really think about it, could be related. After all, if Canon unveils an APS-C camera, there's even less of a reason to keep the EOS M lineup of cameras around. Now, though I used to have a M6 Mark II, and that was a really fun camera. You may recall I picked that up just shortly after I jumped over to Canon. And I really thought that was a fun camera, but Canon really never seem like they're really invested into that line, if you ask me. By discontinuing the M cameras, Canon can now focus their time and their energy on expanding the R lineup into the APS-C realm. And speaking of APS-C cameras, there's rumors that Canon might announce a couple RFS lenses to go along with the R7, which really is not a big surprise because they need some glass for this thing. Now, a likely candidate for this is going to be a kit lens, a 18 to 45. Now, that's going to be an f4 to 5.6. Now, as for what the other lens might be, who knows, maybe a nifty 50. But it's exciting to see the EOS R family of cameras and RF lenses possibly expanding even further. Now these will be welcome developments for photographers that want to invest into the EOS R and RF ecosystem who may be on a budget. Now you may recall a few years back, one of the reasons why I switched from Nikon to Canon in the begin with was because of the RF lens lineup. I mean, the EOS R was a cool camera, but between the RF lenses and the notion of the R5 coming on the horizon, that was some pretty exciting stuff. But I'll be the first to admit that there really aren't a lot of less expensive camera and lens choices at this point. Canon really seems to be working on changing that, which of course is a good thing. Now, according to reports, Canon has filed patents for 3 new high-powered RF lenses. Now, the list includes a 200mm, this is a f2L. You have a 300mm, which is a 2.8L. And of course, the big boy, which is a 500mm, that's a f4, and of course the L. Now, all 3 lenses have image stabilization and ultrasonic motors. Now, none of these lenses will be huge. It really is a huge surprise. When you factor in, look at the EF lineup of these, or the version of each of these lenses are super popular. And as Canon continues to fill out the RF lens lineup, it really makes sense that they would include the RF versions of these EF lenses. Now, these lenses would be aimed at sports and wildlife photographers that really need a good reach, yet fast aperture as well. And since these 3 lenses would be in the L series, they would come with the rugged build that sports and wildlife photographers demand. Given that these patents were recently just filed, it will likely be a year or even longer before these lenses see the light of day. Now, of course, as I always say, a patent doesn't mean a product will ever be produced, so there's really no guarantee that any of these lenses will make it to store shelves. But like I said a moment ago, all 3 of these lenses make sense in the lineup and have been successful components of the EOS lens family. I'll be shocked if all 3 of these lenses aren't put into production. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait what will likely seem like a very long time for these lenses to be produced. But as always, we'll keep you guys informed as far as any new news or anything that comes out on any of these lenses. Now, if you're an EOS R5 shooter just like I am, I have some exciting news to share with you. Delkin's new memory card claims some very incredible speeds that will enhance the performance of your camera. Now, in testing, Canon rumors found out that the card accommodated 325 images in just 30 seconds. Now, that's the fastest card that I've ever seen tested on a R5. But this card isn't just fast for continuous shooting, it also has perks for shooting video. Testing showed that the card was capable of shooting 8K video for 29 minutes and 59 seconds with zero overheating problems. Delkin's testing revealed fast speeds on other cameras. So for example, testing on the Nikon Z9, the Delkin card can write raw photos without buffering. So in other words, this card and the Z9, there's no stopping it until the card is full. Now, Delkin's numbers are pretty astonishing. So on the Z9, the card can write 6,661 photos at 51.1 megapixels per photo. Friend, that is a ton of written data without hitting the buffer. Now, when shooting video with the Z9 and the Delkin card, testing found that you can record 10 minutes of 8K raw video in 12-bit 60 frames per second. Again, this is not shabby. On top of all that, these new Delkin cards are waterproof, shockproof, and X-ray proof. So you want to keep your eyes open. These cards are supposed to hit the market sometime within the next month. Now remember folks, we have an awesome giveaway currently underway. So we have 3 great prizes and 3 lucky winners over that. We'll have 3 lucky winners. We have a hold-fast gear remographer. We have a 128 gig SanDisk SD card, and of course, the $100 Adorama gift card. As always, entering the giveaway is really simple. Step 1, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Step 2, leave a comment below. In fact, the more videos that you watch and leave a comment on, the more chance that you have to win. So get watching some other videos and leave some comments. Step 3, register on Photography Talk and introduce yourself in the forum. Now, if you happen to register on the site during one of the last giveaways, you're still eligible to win. But as I keep saying over and over again, swing and by, say hello, post some new photos. We would love to see you. Friend, that is it. For complete details on the giveaway, including how to say hello in the forum or how to register on the site, check out the description below. Oh, and one last thing, if you enjoy this sort of content, be sure to head over to Photography Talk, sign up for an account. It's free to do so, and it gives you access to literally thousands of related photography articles on the site, including news articles, camera gear, photography tutorials, and much, much more. So take a moment, sign up for an account, and get access to material that will help you take your best shot. And friends, that is it for Photography Talk episode 126. Now it's that time of the video where I'm going to ask you to do all that YouTube stuff. So consider hitting that like button, subscribe, and hit that bell so that you're notified every single time that we come out with a new video. Friends, I'm going to be jumping out of my studio, so you get out there, stay healthy, and take your best shot.